Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria Pollard, founder and creator of Victorious in Christ Ministries, where we believe beauty and fulfillment is not merely found by external adornments and possessions, but hidden within the gentle and quiet spirit of the heart through Jesus Christ, which then translates to divine radiance that can never be imitated, duplicated, or stolen. So you guys, I have a word today, and like with all prophetic words, bring this back to Jesus Christ to make sure it is for you in this season. But this is going to be, a God-ordained marriage, promise word, or just any type of promise word, stepping into your promised land, crossing your Jordan type of word. So there's like a sinking or setting, especially of heavenly bodies, in this hour. The sun is setting, the time is right, the stage is setting, the stage is set, for this promise to come, around full circle to start walking into these things in a divinely orchestrated way, a healthy way. But before we do this, this is what's been going on with me. A lot of stuff from my past is coming up. I felt like I was going into this place of backwardness. I'm like, is all this work I did for nothing? Because, I've been having, some attacks on my faith and everything like that, like we all have. But, I kind of just got in this place where I felt the way I felt, when I first started standing, unworthy, not ready, not fully developed yet, delayed, all these things, and just other emotions I had when I first started standing, the heartbreak and the rejection and the betrayal I endured, and just this whole process, God is seriously purging everything out of us, so it's very painful. So I've been sitting with those emotions and learning how to cope with the emotions, but it's kind of like I've done this before, so I know how to battle in the spirit. I know how to talk to God in this time. I know how to deal with these things. I went through this before. The pain won't kill me. The pain, I've done this before. This is just, the second time around, and I feel better and I feel more equipped. And that's what's going on right now. I was reading some of my Bible, and second came into this second journey, because I'm reading Paul's second missionary journey. So this is second is, important for a lot of you. This is like a second time around, whether it be with a person that you already met, and it's, a second time around that you're standing for the same person. It's just going to be second time around or second chance. Or it could just be a completely different person, and it's the second time you're going to be standing for a promise, but just in a different person, right? I also, in what I was reading, Timothy was in there, and Timothy, I believe, the name of Timothy means honored by God. I was going to think Timothy meant twin. I know Tom means twin, but it means honored by God. So you are honored by God. This is the second time around and you're ready. But I also, got some, a year ago, I had a dream. So the 26th of June of a year ago, we were talking in the dream that, we were going to celebrate something without judgment. And there was this, we were at a house, a 2-story house with a white picket fence in front of it and everything. But on the front yard of it, or in the yard of it, there was these slimy, little bear, lizard mice type things. It looked like tiny little bears that were sparkly and slimy. And bears, we know in dreams means judgment. And I stepped away from them, ran over them, and then I went towards the 2-story house, the front porch. So we're escaping right now our time of judgment. We're escaping, the deception and the hell. We're coming into our white picket fence love story, romance. And, it took a little bit of time. You and your spouse could be a little bit dirty at this time, but it's coming to a better place right now. The setting of the heavenly bodies is happening right now. And there's a lot of cleansing and washing going on right now. And you're also being noticed. I had a dream where, so it was actually two people in the dream. One is named Birth of the Lord, and the other name means twin. So these people in my dream, they got noticed at a mall, and they were going to go to this event because they got noticed. And that just goes to show like the birth of the Lord, Christmas. So this birthing is happening, and twin, God is showing me, I don't mean twin flames. I don't believe in twin flames anymore, but twin, like your God ordained partner. He's going to be like your twin, or she's going to be like your twin. You guys are going to be, best friends, but also lovers. But you're getting noticed right now, and they're remembering you. So that's very important to, understand right now. Also, a couple more things. A couple months ago, I had a dream where someone with the name that means defender of mankind or protector of men, there was a dance going on, and the person in the dream that I was looking at, they got pushed to the back by this person, and, they were up front and center, and this person pushed them to the back, and like the person was being like condemning them or being mean to them. And there was also, some other things going on, but right now someone is being condemned for something, like especially people are trying to bring your past back into you. Maybe the devil is trying to bring your past back into your, mind to make you feel bad and make you feel like not worthy of this promise, make you feel bad for your past and that you can't change and walk in your new identity in Christ. And God already proved you innocent. And, a lot of you guys, the devil likes to bring our cases to the judge in heaven, and, the court is closed. That case is closed. God has already deemed you worthy and accepted and loved and innocent. And you could walk in confidence in that. And you don't need to defend yourself. God can do the defending for you. God, can show the victory in you, and he's going to vindicate you. You don't need to worry about defending yourself or trying to, do all of this by yourself. God is going to do it for you. Walk in that confidence. There's going to be people that feel like they're doing something right by judging you or condemning you because they feel like that, their side of the story has weight. And no, absolutely not. God is God is our judge. God doesn't judge men the way that men judge men. You don't need to feel scared of people anymore. God has your back. Another part of it, a girl in it, her name's meaning means pure. So a lot of us are pure in this hour. And her significant other or partner were on a beach together, and there were babies. So it was a woman and a man, and then their babies, and they were on a beach. And a beach means, the spiritual meaning of a beach means like a boundary or a transition between different realms, specifically between the earthly and divine. So you and your God-ordained spouse are coming to this place of coming from between the earthly and the divine. It's going to be like heaven, the closest thing to heaven on earth, but you're going into this place of revelation and transformation and teaching. But the beach can also, represent both abundance and limitations. So you just have to be aware of, what's around you and your surroundings, and, not bringing the wrong people into your promise, not talking to the wrong people about your promise, not having negative influences around you, because these things definitely, hold weight in our lives. But yeah, revelation, transformation, boundaries, and transition. So God is teaching us boundaries, finding our own personal boundaries and accountability, and understanding that our emotions were valid. Everything we went through is valid, but just to invite God into this and, help God, ask God to help us work through all of these emotions that we endured through this painful process. And, we're working on boundaries, and we're in that transition right now before we, come into that promise. This promise, I mean. Yes. And, we need to, we might be on the sand right now or not. This might not be for everyone, but like we really need to know that, being on the sand is fragile. There is a fragility of human life, and we need to build our faith on a solid foundation and not build our house on the sand. We don't want to be like the parable of the foolish man who built his house on the sand, right? These people, there was when we were on the beach, there was people that this couple wanted to stay away from. Like, she was being kind and polite, but she wanted to stay away from these other people at the beach. So a lot of you guys need to free yourselves or get rid of some people in your life. Not everyone can come with you into your promised land. And so just make sure you're around the right people and you're not telling the wrong people what's going on, because not everyone can come with you. This could be family, this could be friends, these could be, just toxic influences and soul ties of our past. We need to shed this off from us and, allow God to work this in us to shed these people off of our lives so we can walk into our promise on a new solid foundation that is healthy and that we know is protected by God. All right, well, I think that's all I had to say for now. If I have something else to say, I will say it in another video. I hope that helps someone today. Please stay blessed. Bye.